I don't think there's anything like playing for the Yankees, and it's what we're all working for, and it's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel that is definitely worth it to work as hard as we are to try and accomplish.
With the 30th selection of the 2019 MLB Draft, the New York Yankees select Anthony Volpe, a shortstop from Delbarton School in Morristown, New Jersey.
I guess the origins of my family's Yankee fandom goes back to my papi, my grandfather, who his dad, my great-great-grandfather, fought in World War II. So he left when my grandfather was 3 years old, and he came back however many years later. So when his dad came back, he didn't even know. It was a stranger that came back, and his mom told him that this is just his dad. And the way that he got to meet his father and get to know him was every night he sat on his lap and they listened to Yankee games. So it definitely goes way back for my family and for my papi. I think a couple Christmases ago, they were just everyone was just talking, and they were having a debate about if I played for the Red Sox, if my papi would ever wear a Red Sox jersey, and he said no way.
He's lined back up the middle, coming on is Volpe, a diving stop, throwing from the outfield grass, and he got him!
There's some sort of clinic in New York City where a bunch of Yankees were at. I think Tino Martinez, Jeter, Bernie Williams, all those guys were at, and my parents spent a fortune to let me go. And when we finally get there, I was so shy and crying that I wouldn't go out onto the field. So they were obviously not pissed, but just didn't know what to do because I wouldn't go out there, and they spent all this money for me to go. And they finally got me. I was bawling, crying. I don't know if you can see in the picture, but I feel the ground ball and I just run off to go see my mom. Apparently he grabbed me and made me high five him, and that's where the picture comes from. But I completely was ready to run by him and just go cry or do whatever with my family, but it's a pretty funny story. I mean, Team USA it's still probably one of the highlights of my amateur, even now, my whole baseball career. I had to play with them when I was 12. When I was 12, we went to Taiwan. We won gold for the World Cup. When I was 15, we won bronze, which sucked, in Japan. And then when I was 18, we won gold in Panama. And those 3 years, those 3 trips, it kind of encapsulated, I guess, all of my years in high school, because it was always the next step and the next goal, and it was kind of always what I was pushing to, even though, I mean, there's 14 U teams, but we didn't go anywhere, but I was always working to try and stay in the loop with USA Baseball. And with that came all the travel ball stuff. I played for, obviously, the Diamond Jacks and the Banditos and the Canes, and then high school baseball, which is also a huge part in my life, with those teammates and friends that I made through school, to just be able to play with them. And I think it all came to fruition, like I said, with those USA teams, and then winning the state championship our senior year, and then right into the draft and everything that happened after that. Well, I got to sign at Yankee Stadium, and they let me bring a bunch of family, and it was a really cool moment. But I remember when they gave me the Yankee jersey and I signed my contract, that was a super surreal moment to be in the stadium and then take the tour through the clubhouse. It was pretty cool.
Volpe on his way to third base. How about a bases clearing birthday triple for Anthony Volpe?
I was definitely super excited for just the idea of what this season would be going into the year, and how great I expected it to be, and I think just all around it's exceeded every expectation. Nothing like I've experienced so far in pro ball. I mean, they're so passionate on any given night, and I think it's reflective of the atmosphere that's created with the whole staff. And obviously we try and put a good product on the field, but I think there's a lot of people that in the area that love baseball, and it's a great thing to go do every night, and it's been really fun. Being able to go home every night and just be with my family, I think that's last year, and kind of being in pro ball, that's what you miss. And then I think that sometimes I probably took it for granted this year, just being so close to family, but I think going forward when I'm away from home, I'll definitely wish I had more of that.
Volpe drives it in the air, deep towards left field. Herron goes back at the warning track, bombs away!
Everyone really wanted to win, and I think that's sometimes a misconception about pro ball, is that everyone's just going out, getting their work in, and nobody really cares about winning. But we definitely really care, and we really, really wanted to win that game. So I think leading up to it is probably the most locked in the whole team has been, in meetings and BP and everything like that, the whole series. And for it to come down to the last pitch and the last inning was definitely a cherry on top and kind of spoke to, I think, the way the whole first half went. But obviously we definitely celebrated pretty good afterwards, and it kind of worked out perfectly that we didn't clinch a couple days before so we could enjoy the rest of the night and the off day. So it was a lot of fun. I can't wait to get up there, and I'm working super hard. And I realize that there's a long way to go, and I got to get a lot better. And hopefully when the day comes, I just want to play as hard as I can. I want to win a lot of games. I want to be the type of player that they can count on just doing whatever they can to help the team win. And I recognize that there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and I just want to have no regrets and work as hard as I can to be the player I want to be and be the players that fans are excited to watch.